Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our podcast. Today we're going to be looking at Group B. So, Salam and Ola, joined as always by the football expert of the group, Tom Robson.
Hello, Rob.
It's good to have you here again.
It's good to be here again.
In your house.
Yeah.
And two special guests today. Paul Baird, FIFA Ultimate Team Extraordinaire. If this man hasn't seen a player, he doesn't exist.
Very true.
And also Ben Clay, who knows more about football than maybe even Tom. But we're not going to quiz that.
Pleasure.
Wonderful. And also, silently in the corner, just waiting to put his word in, his mother. Thanks, mother. Right. So, the first team we're going to look at is Morocco. Now, Tom, what can you tell about Morocco?
Well, Morocco have had a couple of warm-up games so far. Against Ukraine, they had a 0-0 draw. And the 1-2-1 against Slovakia. And tonight, as we're recording, they're actually playing Estonia.
Oh.
So I don't know the progress of that game at the minute. But yeah, and that's our last warm-up game.
But as informing us, Morocco was winning 3-1.
Yeah, Morocco's winning 3-1. Not too bad.
My man Hakim Ziyech.
We're missing a fantastic game.
So, ignoring what is obviously some current good form, Paul, any thoughts on Morocco? Any experience? Watched any friendlies or any aware of them at all?
They're a bit of an unknown commodity for me, I'm afraid. As you say, normally an ultimate team expert, but there's not that many players that I've actually...
There's no star players on that Moroccan bench.
Unfortunately,
none
would make my team or even the bench, I'm afraid. Maybe not even the reserves. But I think there should be some good games. They've got a relatively challenging group. Obviously, the two main teams that everyone's expecting to go through. But as with every World Cup, there's always a bit of a wild card team that gets through. There's a chance.
Ben, I'm sure you'll pull a player out of a hat from Morocco here. You'll know someone that we won't. You want to go ahead?
Couple. I mean, I would say over the past 4 years, a couple that have stood out for me have been obviously the young lad Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah.
Unsure as to whether he's still Ajax, I believe, or
Yeah, he's still
Actually,
yeah.
Ajax. Yeah, he'll be destined for a move soon, sure.
Do you think they've got young players coming up that could be good for the future of the international game, or do you think they'll always be a sort of, I wouldn't say average, but a sort of mid-competition team? Not really.
Morocco as a nation, they're quite expressive as footballers, a bit like, you know how you think of Brazil being like these tricksters.
Yeah.
Morocco, much the same. I mean, their attacking players, very expressive with the feet, very tricky. I remember it was the Club World Cup. Now, I'm not great on geography. Their capital city in Morocco, what's it? It's
Marrakesh?
No, Rabat.
That's terrible. I mean, terrible.
I think Marrakesh is the biggest city.
Yeah.
Rabat's the capital, I think.
No, I think it was Real Casablanca in Morocco.
Casablanca's
Yeah, they were in the final with Real Madrid, I believe, or Barcelona. They didn't win, I don't believe, but yeah, they got there. So definitely an underrated footballing nation for me.
Yeah.
Football seems to be on the upper as well. They've been for the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
It's between them and North America.
Oh. So,
Wonderful.
definitely promising, but I mean, in this group, we're all pretty much thinking it's Portugal and Spain's game.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm sure we'll come with that, but
I'd say don't write them off. So it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, maybe they're not for like
But,
it works.
I mean, you've got Yunus Belhanda at top. It's pretty good in the
Decent
French
as well.
league.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ziyech. Then you've got like Mehdi Cazorla Gonzalez, who used to play for Anzi. When we went in that cup run, we played Anzi.
yeah.
And Cisse scored that late one, I think it was.
Oh, that's right.
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah, I remember Cazorla Gonzalez in that game. Yeah.
So there is players, although we couldn't find any on the team. There is players out there.
You're not looking hard enough, Paul.
Doesn't need them. Doesn't need Morocco. Now, from Morocco, or delicacy, as you know, in this podcast we do have delicacies for each country. Tom, what have we got?
Well, nice chicken tagine today. I know I went to Morocco. I tried a lot of tagines.
All right.
Very popular food over there. And there's loads of different variations that you can have different things in. But
What's in this one?
So
It's,
this one contains mainly chicken, apricots, honey, chickpeas, like a lot of Moroccan spices. So
oh,
it's very nice.
very
Looking forward
nice.
to trying it. Yeah,
Let's give it a go.
we'll get that going. So we've just tried the Moroccan tagine. I thought it was very nice. What do you make of it, Rob?
Fantastic. I'm going to be honest. When you said you were cooking it from scratch, I was worried. Never tried your cooking before. I thought, what's going to happen here? But it was wonderful. Sweet, but it wasn't too sweet. I love the apricots and the honey, that mix, and then just chicken. Anything in a slow cooker is wonderful. But oh wow, loved it. Anyone else got any thoughts on it? I summed that up pretty well there.
I
I think.
think it's summed it up very well.
Big thumbs up from me. The only thing, I think it's culture that's just that I don't like fruit and hot food. It's weird. I
get you.
I think it's
That's what I'm
I think it's
usually like that.
a
Yeah.
Western culture thing.
Yeah.
Might be a bit better if it was nice and sunny outside.
Yeah, it might be that old pineapple on pizza argument. But,
Let's not.
let's not-
Now's not the time. It's a
let's not
football podcast. Let's not do
that.
it.
but
So I'm going to move on to Spain now. The
Yes.
next team in this group we're going to discuss.
Yes. Well, where do you start with Spain? What can you say?
Got my favourites of the group. I expect them and Portugal to be two for anyway.
Yeah. It's hard to say who's better up. I mean, to me, it would be Spain, but
I'd say it depends which Spain turns up, really.
you're quite right about
They
that.
can be world beaters, or they can get beat by a team that you think they should absolutely hammer.
No, I think it was in March when they played Argentina and won 6-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say Frank.
But then, was it the last year? Was it the Euros or the last World Cup? They were absolutely
Well, last World Cup were awful because they won in 2010 and then
didn't even make it out the group, did they?
didn't even make that the group in 2014.
You look at the squad, and it's another squad. Like when we talked about Germany the other day, it's just there's strength and there's depth, and you can't. It's who do you take? You look at who England going to take.
it's one of those nations that keep churning out world class players.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the players that they've got now that they didn't have 4 years ago.
No, I know Paul here has definitely got some ultimate team of Spanish players.
Definitely.
Have
So, yeah, it's,
good old team of the season there, Sergio Ramos.
Oh well, there we go. Yeah,
I think
a bit
Spain,
of
like as you were saying, Spain's one of the teams that's got a lot of strength and depth, and there's probably a handful of players that'll miss out on the World Cup that any other nation would absolutely kill to have.
Yeah.
Like for example, I think is it Morata that's missed out up front. I mean, he's not exactly had the best of seasons at Chelsea, sort of tailed off towards the end, but he's still, I think he got 12, 13 goals last season.
still no denying he's well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the younger ones of like Sol Niguez and
Rodrigo for Valencia.
yeah, I mean I know
I
he's
don't know if he was there.
you got Lucas Vasquez, Marco Asensio, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
fantastic.
Baller.
These other players, it's like permanent class. It seems to be like a Spanish thing. Like we just, although I know Ramos has been a bit dodgy,
Debatable.
but you can't deny the skill of these players. It's always the big.
I think Ramos, he's still a brilliant.
Oh no, he's still a brilliant player. But when I said class, and then I thought about
See, his
sportsmanship.
temperament's a bit.
No, but he does his job, doesn't he? That's
He
what
does
you
his
want from a centre half, can't you?
Let's not talk about you centre halves and.
It'll be interesting as well. It'll be Iniesta's last World Cup, won't it?
Yeah, it was
That's
just
good.
like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
nice to see him
Yeah.
getting that.
That's it. It's just left Barca. Signed for some Japanese team, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
Yeah, there was rumoured they can't be going to China, but I'm sure in the end they end up in Japan. Can't remember the name of the team exactly.
Marinos. Yokohama Marinos or something like that. Sure, that's all
Something
Kisuyama
like
used to
that.
play for. What a legend. But midfielders, though, we knew Thiago was going to be good. Like when he was starting at Barca, and he was like this, like old midfielder, like touted as the next Xavi and stuff like that. I mean, I know they've lost Xavi now, but he's a completely different player now to what he was
Yeah.
when he first started. He's forward runs. He's so skillful as well.
Too
And the
true.
quality of passing as well.
When you look at like near enough any team in the World Cup, well, besides the top ones, you'd see like they're going to have to rely on their attack or a midfield or the defence. And it's teams like Spain that they don't need to rely on one certain area. Just it all works.
Yeah, I think the weird thing for Spain is that overall they've got some world class attackers. It's actually more the midfielders that chip in with goals, especially at national tournaments. Like it's not as if they've got one sort of talismanic forward up top who's knocking in 5-6 goals in the World Cup for them every year.
feel like
every 4 years.
I feel like because it's so free flowing as well.
Yeah,
Like they do like to keep the ball and there's a lot of movement. It's not like rigid.
that tiki taka, it's not a free flowing. It represents the country. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some questionable decisions. Like, I don't know why National Montreal's gone to the World Cup.
Yeah, especially it's a bit of Marcus Alonso as well.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I suppose when you've got that much depth, it's
I suppose the other argument
it's
is
just preference. isn't it?
manager's choice.
Yeah.
They choose. There's always some weird players that go in.
As you've said many times, when you've got a good team on FIFA, I've got too much choice here. You spoil for choice. That's what it is. Who do you put in the squad? Do we think they'll be the kings of the group? Do we think Portugal have got them, or
I reckon they'll
I
probably
think
be
Spain
top
will
of the
probably
group.
top.
yeah?
We go. That's a fair. The first group games are Iran v Morocco and Spain v Portugal. So
Yeah.
I think that'll probably decide this Spain v Portugal.
How far do you reckon they'll progress in the whole tournament, though? Do you reckon semis?
It's hard to say really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because a lot of those players were
I think,
involved
like
in
you
that
said,
little blip
Yeah.
a few years ago.
like you said before, it depends which Spain shows up. And you're right, because there's been times where they've not been like the Spain we know and love, like the one you expect to come out and play, the one you enjoy watching. But if it's if it's even half the standard it usually is, it's going to be up there in the semis.
Yeah, I suppose it depends how the rest of the results go as well. I mean, obviously, if they finish top of the group, they're kind of
It's
supposed
easier.
to be in the
Yeah.
easier draw, but that doesn't necessarily always work out
Will
like
they
that.
be going up if they finish top of the group? I think Tom can tell
Yeah,
that.
so if they finish top, they'd play the runners up of Group A, which contains Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay.
Oh well,
So yeah,
And then if the runners up, to play the winners of Group A.
more than likely not going to be Uruguay, so it's going to be what
probably.
they would consider an easy team.
Yeah,
Well, I think we're going to try a BRM. I think that's the thing, right?
So we're going to sample, I think it's Estrella down from Spain. So we're gonna
Fantastic.
try that.
Let's
Estrella
give that a
that's
go.
better pronunciation. So we just tried Estrella down. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, it's alright.
It's all right.
That's spell it. If it
does the job.
just a job. It's generic.
It's easy going.
Easy going, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's anything special, but
Yeah,
No,
it's one of those things with lager, isn't it? It's just something that you drink. It's a preference, not something you think, I must go out and buy X amount of this.
One of those pretendy premiums, isn't it? Ones
Yeah.
like on the brink,
Yeah.
like a Heineken.
It sounds a stupid thing to say, but I get why it's a Spanish beer. Like I can imagine being on holiday in Spain, it being boiling, and just thinking, right, I want to pour one of these down my throat. Happy, freezing cold.
I think it's definitely something you probably want to do. Maybe drink whilst watching the football in the pub, not in certain places. Though. As I say, it's one of those sort of fake premiums where it could be incredibly expensive in some places. Probably not well deserved.
Definitely good though.
Definitely good. Like Spain, definitely good.
Unless it's like the last World Cup.
Well, hopefully
Damn.
the Estrella Spain turns up.
Or drunk.
Drunk. I think some drunken Spanish players could still outplay some English players, really enough.
Probably.
Definitely.
What team have we got to look at now?
so next up we're looking at Iran.
Iran.
So it's probably favourites to finish bottom in the group. You'd have to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could name an Iranian player. I'm sure any of you could, but I'm completely out.
Probably a star one for like people who watch Premier League. You might remember Ashkan Dejala, who played for Fulham in the Premier League. He was at Nottingham Forest this season. I think he's a free agent now. I think he's been released.
Yes.
So
Faintly.
yeah, he scored against Newcastle once.
Oh, so
I know
that's
of
why. That's why I got the
I know of a winger in the Dutch league as well, plays for AZ Alkmaar, but for the life of me, I can't pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, Hanbach. Yeah, I'm almost about it.
He'll score you some good points in
When I was
Scrabble.
when I was on
Sorry,
I started
Iran.
on my football manager team for NEC.
Yeah.
So that's still
He's quite a good season for AZ. Contributed quite a few goals and assists, so he could possibly be probably one to watch for the whole team, if I'm honest.
We got
yeah.
I'm trying to think what was his name.
Checking through the squad.
In the one game, so they played Uzbekistan
Uzbekistan, yeah.
and came out 1-0 winners there. Lost 2-1 against Turkey, and then most recently they won 1-0 against Lithuania.
Well, I think that says a lot, doesn't it, really?
Quality teams.
Gudzinajad. That was his name.
Jinajad,
That was his name. Reza Gudzinajad.
a very Iranian name.
How do you know him?
He was because they were at the last World Cup, weren't they? I think I'm definitely. I remember him from an international competition because if it was then, I think it was from the game against Argentina where Messi scored that screen. But I could be wrong.
So I think
Gudzinajad.
what we've talked about Iran shows really what we think about them. To be honest, there's not much. There's not much to them.
expecting a lot.
No, not a big footballing culture, I don't think. But
No.
obviously, notable players that have made their way across to England and in other countries, but not much hope in the World Cup.
Not many Iraqi.
No, yeah, I'd say that.
So even a team like Morocco,
Yeah.
is probably going to have the better of them.
I'd be quite surprised if they don't finish one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
even more interesting from Iran. What have we got to try?
so we've got like a sort of Persian rice pudding sort of thing. So it's like
Persian rice pudding.
it's sort of like a rice pudding with like a sort of cinnamon, nutmeg, rose water, orange blossom water,
Pistachios. what you
pistachios.
say? Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff nice, like it's so cool.
Well,
Like Iranian
Give it
style.
a try.
So yeah, we'll give
Let's-
that a try now.
let's give that a go.
So we've just tried the Iranian rice pudding. I thought it was very nice. I think it might be on you here.
You know what? I can't abuse it too much because I did enjoy it when I had the pistachios on it. But I'm not quite like Paul. I'm not a big rice pudding fan. So once it was just like rice pudding and rose water, and it was quite stodgy in your mouth, and it's just like it's a bit too much, a bit overbearing.
Yeah.
Bit of a, like I say, it's the consistency that does me. I'm not a big fan of like rice pudding and that. So the flavours were nice, but it was just sort of the consistency put me off a bit.
I was going to say the flavours are balanced lovely, but with it being served cold, it just kind of
Long,
Yeah.
It became too clodgy.
just for anyone listening, but has just got his hand over his mouth so he doesn't have to eat any more of it. He looks like a tortured soul.
He looks like he might be sick.
No disrespect.
So, unfortunately for Iran, the football has been rated lowly, and the food has, at least by 4 out of the 5,
So on to Portugal next.
of course.
You have to see, like, I suppose Spain's main contenders for
Yeah.
top in the group.
And you're always, lured into talking about the big man. He's still the big man, Ronaldo. But
Big CR7.
as we've looked at the squad list, there's loads of talent in there. There's depth, a lot like Spain. Not probably not as much. I don't think they've got as much choice, but some fantastic players coming through and just
I'd say
great
that-
attack and play.
Yeah, I'd say the weak in certain positions, obviously up front, they've got a lot of depth and support though, but still that defence. They've got players sort of like Rui Patricio, the goalkeeper, and Pepe, but not a lot of depth. If anything happens to any of them, they're sort of reliant on sort of.
Oh, you've got to say that.
Oh, there's a disagree.
No, I've got to disagree with you. I think you got in defence. Bruno Alves, obviously, he's knocking on a little bit now, and Pepe. I'm not sure if. Can that Manuel Fernandes play in the middle? Because, I mean, he's quite a tall lad. Jose Font.
Jose Font's terrible.
Was he in China?
He moved to China after failing at West Ham.
I've not heard of Ruben Diaz, man, but I'm sure there was a. No, he hasn't been called.
I mean, they're already still the current European champions, aren't they?
I'm not slating them like saying, oh, England could beat them or anything, you know what I mean? That's still a quality team, just they are someone, like I said before, where Spain has everything. Portugal are lacking that bit, but what they've got in attack.
However,
Could
yeah, I was
probably
going to say, however,
more
you
than
could
able
never,
for
you
it.
could never ever write them off because
Absolutely
at the end of the day, they've got arguably the world's best player.
They've got that flair, a lot like
Yeah.
Spain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you say, they've got a fantastic attack and some good midfield options as well. And like you say, they're a team that you can never really rule off, but in sort of, I'd say there's a limit to what you can expect from them. You wouldn't expect them to be winning it every year in, year out. They've not got that sort of team that sort of dominates the whole world of football.
I was quite surprised when Ruben Neves didn't make the squad.
He had a
It's a
fantastic
good
season,
season for Wolves.
That's I say there's some more questionable sort of decisions when you think of players that have been left out or players that
Like
have
Ronaldo Sanchez, the way he
been
was
added in.
didn't really set that Swansea
I
goal
wouldn't
in the
have
middle of the
given
season.
the best,
Still, we've got some great young players coming through there. Gonzalo Guedes and Gelson Martins as well.
He's linked with Everton at the minute.
Unbelievable.
And
Ruben Diaz in the field as well.
how far do we think Portugal are going to get? Let's say they finish runner-up in this group. If we're saying Spain, which was kind of the consensus earlier, that Spain might top the group.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I think if they finish second, and I would imagine Uruguay will top their group. I think it'll be a good game, Uruguay, Portugal. I think Uruguay might actually edge that one, if I'm honest.
Absolutely. Portugal might edge it.
So yeah,
I
it's
think
a hard
yeah,
game
great
to call,
lead,
isn't it? Yeah.
close game.
I mean, it's all theoretical at the minute,
Of
because
course,
obviously, in football, anything can happen. For all we know, Saudi Arabia could finish second in their group, for all.
Yeah.
So we've pretty much rated the teams. We've said Spain's at the top, Iran followed at the bottom. But food-wise, or all the stuff we've tried from those teams, what are we thinking?
Oh, why don't you try Portugal first?
Oh, we need to try Portugal. You're right.
What have we got?
You know what? I've completely forgot about Portugal. Disgusting. This is just like Belgium the other day.
We got some port to try.
Oh, how can I forget about alcohol as well?
So we'll give that a try now.
Absolutely.
So I just tried the port there. I had a nice red port and a white port that we've sampled there. Rob's got some more information about them.
Yes, so seeing as I forgot about them, I'll attempt to pronounce them. We've got a Douro Valley port. That was the red port. Very full-bodied, very strong, very much what you'd expect of a port.
Intense.
And then Noval, Quinta de Noval. That's a fine white porto, and that was lovely, very sweet.
Yeah.
It's very light. It was very different. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not a fan of white wine, so to have this white port, it was mind blowing. Very enjoyable.
So I think we've on the pitch, and I think we came to the conclusion: Spain the top of the group and Portugal runners up. So we'll dominate off the pitch. Who wins the group?
What was the delicacies? I don't think this is going to be an unpopular opinion. If I say the rice pudding is pretty low down, it's gone.
I say very, very sorry to Iran.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't think the football team can do very well, and
So
delicacy wasn't very good
I think Iran finished bottom twice in the football.
Sorry about that.
Sure, it won't be too bad.
And then for me, I would say from Spain next. I don't think Australia could compare to the Tagine or the port.
Yeah, I'd agree with you with that.
I agree as well.
But then the issue comes with the Tagine. I was hungry before this podcast, so my body was influenced. My mind is all thinking about chicken and slow cookers.
Hunger has been well and truly quelled with that.
But the port was delicious. Both ports were fantastic. But I think maybe for me the Tagine just edges it. I don't know what anyone else is.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Probably
I'd
just
still
the
probably
Tagine
the
as well.
Tagine top, yeah. It's a close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there'd only be a point in it.
contest.
I would say Tagine for me, like the Estrella over the port. I mean, port was fantastic, but the Estrella's just so easy going. I'm not going to drink port every day, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
That was a closing statement. Every day.
Alan Pardew talking about port. No,
Mutter, your final thoughts? Thanks, Mutter. So
You shook his head.
it's been great discussing this and drinking port and eating tagine.
So I think Spain win on the pitch.
Spain win on the
Morocco
pitch.
win off the pitch.
Morocco went off the pitch. So Morocco, if your football catches up with your food, you'll be laughing.
And then just for some general things, we've now changed Twitter handle as well. So it's no longer at Purely Podcast. It's now at Purely Banter,
Yes.
which makes more sense. I don't know why I wasn't originally.
I don't know.
And
It's just so
yeah, and our YouTube channel is where you'll find this podcast and all ours, which is Purely Banter.
Yeah.
Search for Purely Banter. on
Same
YouTube.
for Instagram. That's at Purely
Same
Banter.
thing, so, and Facebook as well.
On Facebook, we're everywhere.
I don't think we're doing much with the Facebook yet.
No,
We're
not
start
yet.
doing that.
Yeah, that Facebook, that Mark Zuckerberg.
I think Twitter and YouTube are the places to find out about it.
Yes.
And so, join us for our next instalment, where we'll be discussing Group D, which involves Iceland, Nigeria, Argentina, and Croatia, including a nice truffle cheese from Croatia. We've got that to look forward to.
An Icelandic yogurt.
And Icelandic yogurt, yes.
Looking forward to. So, thank you, Paul, for joining me.
No problem at all.
Thank you, Ben, for joining me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mutter, for sitting in the corner. And he waved people.
Pleasure.
That's a step in the right direction. So, goodbye, and if you've listened this far, then join me next time for what could only be maybe entertaining podcast.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Farewell.